Move your body with intent. There is absolute mental healing in physical movement. 100%. Train hard, but make sure you walk. Make sure you stretch. Not everything has to be the heaviest kettlebell you have. Not everything has to be, a couple of wheels on either side of the barbell. It could very easily be a walk outside at dusk, a time to decompress, a time to gather your thoughts. Because your mental resilience starts in your body. You have to remember that sweat is therapy. Welcome to DFW Grit. I'm Dr. James Taylor and I'm your host, and this is more than just a podcast. We dive into the stories of the movers, the shakers, the small business owners, the entrepreneurs, right here in the DFW Metroplex. This is your home for authentic, real stories that prove what happens when you don't back down. Let's get to work. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of DFW Grit. As always, I'm your host, Dr. James Taylor. Today, I'm gonna get into something a little heavy. I've been doing a decent amount of work with ChatGPT or Chat Daddy, as it's come to be called in our household. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT, figure it out. Just start using it. Just start asking it questions and asking it follow-up questions. It is wonderful. And it is so much more than, chiropractor near me. So much more than write me an email. If you follow me, my professional page on Facebook, not Aspire Chiropractic, not DFW Grit, but James N. Taylor, the public profile page. I've been putting strings of posts up for a good while, and every Wednesday there's a post from, hey, ask ChatGPT this. Ask ChatGPT to plan out my day. Ask ChatGPT to tell me what my life will look like in 10 years or how I will get to where I want it to be in 10 years. I posted one the other day that took me down a bit of a rabbit hole. Post my top 5 blind spots. And it's knowledge of me because of what I've shared with it is extensive and offensive, to say the very least. But it posts just this litany of things that every single point, just all 5 of them, each one of them cut deeper than the next. And then I kind of went down a rabbit hole. Hey, explain this in more detail, or what is your take on this? Now, as an aside, like I said, ChatGPT knows a lot about me because I do a lot of work with ChatGPT. I've fed it every transcript of every podcast I've ever made. I fed it a transcript of every chiropractic video I've ever made. I fed it the PDFs of all of the personality tests I've done, the DISC assessments, the love languages, strength finders, Myers-Briggs, sleep schedules, like all of them. So it knows me. Because I fed it the transcripts, it knows how I talk and how I think. Because I've fed it the test results, it knows, kind of my inner workings, if you will. So it knows me well enough to answer in a way that I understand and that I can digest. So I was diving down this rabbit hole here, and as an aside, but also something very appropriate, this attire today is intentional, because basically what I want to do is I want to talk about burnout. I want to talk about the professional, the driver, because all the stuff I tell you on here is stuff that I live. Okay. And this is no different. I tell you about, the ups and downs in business, the ups and downs in employment and strategies and things like that. I am but a looking glass, if you will. But so I want to go into this and just start off with this. And this is just straight fire. Being a high performing man doesn't mean you're unbreakable. It just means you've learned how to carry more. And I feel like that is absolutely true with everything that life gives you the opportunity to take on yourself. It just seems that the people who do more have figured out how to carry more. Now, why this matters is because we've created a culture of men who succeed in business and provide for their families, and they push through pain because that's what we're told to do, right? We're told to walk it off, rub some dirt on it. But potentially and quietly, this kind of milieu, if you will, can cause burnout. This can cause self-destruction. How do we avoid that? Let's talk about that today. Let's talk about avoiding self-destruction. Let's talk about avoiding burnout. Let's talk about being able to carry more and carry the load like you want to do. Not necessarily that you're expected to do, because we are certainly expected to do it, but because we want to do it. So this episode is for the people out there who get things done, but they feel like they're running on fumes. Let's talk about what it really is to get sharp, to be strong, and to be steady. Okay. So there's a hidden crisis in this whole thing. And it starts, I mean, it just speaking as a man, suicide rates are higher among men. High performance positions are higher among men. Therapy usage is lower among men. Friend circles are lower among men. Burnout is a male dominated trait. So the stigma is, like we said, we're praised for what we do. We are providers, right? It's in the title. We are praised for what we provide. I mentioned it in a previous episode. Chris Rock does a stand-up. Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are loved on the condition that they provide, that they are worth something, that they are worthwhile. So the phrase like man up, it can have a tendency to do more damage than it can do good. Men are praised for the performance, but they're punished for their vulnerability. And now this isn't calling any sect out in particular, but this is basically this is the world we live in. So I mean, I found this kind of funny. You can bench 300 pounds, you can run a business, you can raise a family, and you can still struggle quietly. Strength is not the absence of struggle; it's the willingness to confront it. Like personally, like when I get stressed, there's levels of it. I will get irritable. I will get short tempered. Beyond that, then I will kind of regress into myself. I will get quiet because I'll have to figure it out. And when that stuff comes to a head, then I get sick. It's without fail. If I get too stressed, I get sick. Not to go on the chiropractic stance on things, but that's a whole nervous system dysregulation thing, right? So if our body is designed to heal itself and it does so through the communication of the brain into the body, if that communication network is broken down, it can be broken down physically and it can be broken down mentally, then the body can't adapt to its surroundings. And some of those surroundings are actually internal. So when I get really stressed, my body literally forces me to take a day off. So there's basically it's like the high performers trap. Why high achievers are most at risk? Because they're providers, they're leaders, they're decision makers. And we are all great at compartmentalizing until we're not. I've got this thing where like I tell people, I tell my staff, hey, whatever's going on outside of here, leave it at the door because we have to. We are here in the business of helping people. And if you come to me for help and I'm already in a shit mood, guess who's not getting helped? You. I mean, I can go through the motions, but it's not going to be the same as if you catch somebody, let's just say on a good day, right? So we're able to compartmentalize these things. Now, these warning signs that these things come up, like I said, I get irritable or I'm not much of a sleeper per se. Like you won't catch me sleeping for 10 hours. But like I said, I will, lack of a better word, I will resolve into myself. And it's just some people, it might show up as an exhaustion or something that doesn't go away. Or, I mean, hell, in the worst case scenario, you could have people taking part in kind of mind numbing behaviors. The doom scroll is a great first step in that sense. People go to drugs, go to alcohol, go to pornography. These are all basically escapes. These are numbing behaviors, but they can also look like overworking. Like, okay, well, I'm stressed. So what do? Got to work more. This guy, that's my go-to, right? So now you got to remember, you're not lazy. You're just fried. You're not weak. You're tapped. And if you don't manage it, it'll manage you. Usually, if gone unchecked, in probably the worst way possible. So how do we protect ourselves from this stuff? Because it's a skill. It's absolutely a skill to be able to recognize that this is going on and then be able to protect yourself. Or hell, Even worst case, get yourself out of it. So number one, you got to rest and recharge. Like that's, you got to get some sleep. Like I'm not a sleep guy in that, like you won't catch me sleeping, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, but I routinely get by on about 6. So you give me an extra one, that'll take me a long way. So sleep, hobbies, spiritual connections. I've talked to you about my gratitude alarm that goes off at 12:30. Alone time. Like there's a difference between isolating yourself from a problem and isolating yourself to figure out the problem. Actual alone time, not screen time. That's totally different. Because you got to rest, man. Rest is not a weakness. Rest is a recovery strategy. So, with that, build a circle of honesty, okay? Surround yourself with 1 to 3 guys, because again, guys have small circles. So, 1 to 3 is a perfectly acceptable number. 1 to 3 guys who can call you on your BS and aren't afraid to check in. See, that's also a shortcoming of my own, because I'm still working on that number, that one guy. So, once I get that, maybe I'll get on 2 others on there. But you've got to have people to talk to. And I realize the hypocrisy in literally the words that just left my mouth. But these aren't just strategies for you. These are strategies for me. Let's see what else we got. We talked about the gratitude alarm. If this one hurt. If your only friends are people you impress, you don't have friends, you have an audience. You are merely a performer. Dance, monkey, they say. This one I'm good at. Move your body with intent. There is absolute mental healing in physical movement. 100%. Train hard, but make sure you walk. Make sure you stretch. Not everything has to be the heaviest kettlebell you have. Not everything has to be, a couple of wheels on either side of the barbell. It could very easily be a walk outside at dusk, a time to decompress, a time to gather your thoughts. Because your mental resilience starts in your body. You have to remember that sweat is therapy. Talk to somebody. So, like I said, I've stumbled upon this just doing a wonderful deep dive with ChatGPT. Now, is that kind of futuristic Skynet kind of weird stuff? Yeah, a little bit. It's awkward. It's almost like the oh shoot, what is it? Remember how like when people used to do online dating and you didn't want to tell people that you met online, but it's cool to do that now. It's okay to do that. I don't know if it's cool. Not taking anything away if you did meet somebody online, but I feel like that's probably down the road where Chat GPT is going to have like, where'd you get these insights? Oh, I got it from Chat GPT. Where'd you get these insights 5 years from now? Oh, I just did a deep dive with Chat GPT. It really helped open some things up, open my eyes. Oh, that's cool. But literally just get some way to get your words out, to get your thoughts out. I mean, if you follow this on social media, on Instagram, you see that I write down my thoughts every morning, every single day, save for Saturday and Sunday. So whether it's a therapist, a coach, a mentor, a brother, just talk. Like I got plenty of coaches. Don't wait until your house burnt down to buy a fire extinguisher. Mental health works the same way. This one too. I really like this one. You need to audit your identity. If your entire self-worth is tied to performance, success, or money, what happens when one of those takes a hit? You've got to be more than just the title that you have. Absolutely have to be. And this is part of that. This podcast, this is a wonderful way for me to use the other side of my brain, right? This is not chiropractic related. It's affiliated with Aspire Chiropractic, but like these things are standalone entities. This is even just this talking is a therapeutic endeavor for me. So, I mean, I say people like, yeah, I put this out there to build up local businesses and give people a platform. I also put this out there for my own selfish reasons because sometimes I just need to get stuff off my chest, and that's what you're here for. So thanks for showing up. Hell, maybe my circle just got a little bit bigger. The challenge is men try to expand their identity beyond what they do and then try and reclaim who they are. That's where the hard part comes in. Because if you are a father, your identity is the people you father. If you are a husband, your identity is the person you are a husband to. If you are a business owner, your identity is your business. Hell, if you are a podcast host, your identity is your host chair. But who are you? Do you know? Have you lost it? Do you need to find it? You need to find your own identity, not just a label or a title that you put on a door or that you put on a website. Who are you? So, what do we got to do, right? First, you got to remember you're not broken. You're not weak. But if you keep ignoring your emotional well-being, eventually the price will come due in one way, shape, or form. And the thing is, the price is almost never cheap. Let's redefine what strong looks like. Strong is aware. Strong is connected. Strong is supported. Supported outside of you. That can be tricky, but it's got to be a necessity. So what I want you to do, text a friend, book an appointment. Not here. This isn't the chiropractic thing. Take a walk. Say no to one thing that drains you. We talked about that in some past episodes. The ability to say no is a powerful skill. It's a liberating skill. Start saying no more often. Start saying no to things that don't serve you. It's okay that they served past you, the previous you. But if you're not the past you, say no to those things. Do one thing this week that feeds your mental health. And again, it's not scrolling. It's not video game. Do something, do something creative. Do something constructive. And if you're in the DFW area, doing big things but are struggling quietly, I want you to reach out. I want you to leave a comment, or hell, even better yet, slide into my DMs. Hit me up. It's cool. I won't be mad about it. You've got grit, but you don't have to have grit alone. So, we've said before that we want you to win. We. There's probably other people that do too. I want you to win without apology. But I don't want you to do it in silence. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in silence if you're not careful. Could be good stuff, could be bad stuff. Let's make sure it's good stuff. So, as always, like, share, follow. Hop on ChatGPT. That's not as always part. But I appreciate you guys hopping on today. I will catch you on the next episode of DFW Grit. We'll see y'all later.